All right.
All right. So this is episode 2 of the Drome Network movie review podcast. Don't have a name for it really other than that. So so hopefully we'll come up with something. But I'm Chris, and today we're going to be talking about The Raid, and I'm here with
Philip.
And this is DJ Eagle, a.k.a. Jacob Eagle.
All right, like I said, we're going to be talking about The Raid.
Redemption.
The Raid Redemption.
I don't know why it has a subtitle when it's the first movie.
We can get into that.
Oh, because they're redeeming themselves.
All right, and we're good to go now. All right, so we're just going to give you our short review. Each give you a short review before we go on into our long review. And right after we give our long reviews, just to let you know ahead of time, we are going to be going right into spoilers, even though, again, like our last episode, this movie doesn't have much to spoil.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a short review.
Yeah, this is going to be a short one because there's not too much to talk about other than how awesome it is. But
Spoilers!
Spoiler, it's awesome. But yeah, let's start off with Eagle. Eagle, what'd you think of The Raid?
All right, well, spoiler alert, it's awesome. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of Indonesians doing some pretty cool stuff.
Really?
Great, just a great action movie. Anything you could ask for in an action movie, this movie brings you. Like gunplay, hand-to-hand combat, weapons, knives, everything. It's just awesome. There's no time for a story.
So Michael Bay approval then.
Yeah.
Michael Bay would be lucky to make a movie this good.
Michael
Let's
Bay
be honest.
would be, yeah, if he made a movie like this, I'd be shocked.
So yeah, I mean, there's not much really you can say other than great director. I think there's some awesome shots in the movie, some awesome sequences, great fast sequences. He keeps it feeling real too. It doesn't feel like most kung fu movies where it feels like, oh, okay, that wouldn't really happen. This one is all out assault.
Yeah,
it feels really gritty, right? Yeah,
you feel the punches when they're getting punched. Exactly. Even though they'll stand there and take those punches, each punch sounds like it lands hard.
I felt like when I was watching this, I was getting tired as people were just fighting each other. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to pass out.
Just chill out for a second there. Just chill out. It's like we need story.
Yeah, just relax for a minute, dude. You're crazy.
But, so yeah, it's just amazing.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10... Let's give it a solid 9 for sure. 9. At least. Maybe a 9.5 probably. I mean, let's be honest, yeah.
Wow. But again, you also got to know what you're going in for.
Yeah.
Yeah. My turn?
Yep, go for it.
Cool. This movie is fantastic. This movie blew my mind. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad I found out about this movie again through Scott Adkins.
That's how you found out.
That's how I found. He went on his Facebook. He said The Raid Redemption is amazing, and I was like, I gotta check this movie out.
Oh yeah.
Saw this movie. My cousin found a copy of it.
Don't have to say how if you don't want to.
I don't have to say how. And we were watching it, and this thing blew our minds. We were watching this.
Oh yeah.
This movie it's just I don't know really what to say about this movie. It is just so much fun. It is so gritty and dirty and just badass, and it just, I don't know, it makes you want to just kick ass. It makes you want to go down to your basement and just start punching walls.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I find it's one of the few that can do it nowadays too, where you just leave the theater and you're like, I want to go fight right now.
Yeah,
it was the best feeling I've ever had coming out of a movie for sure.
Yeah, it was just I didn't get to see this in theaters, but I was just like, wow, I wish I could have seen this on the big screen.
Oh yeah,
because it was so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Really, the only this wasn't a problem with me, but I know there's going to be people out there. There are subtitles. You have to read the subtitles.
Oh my god, I hate people who say that.
Who cares? Just seriously?
I know.
And that's
you're literally cutting out so many good movies.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to read subtitles.
And that's why they're doing an American remake.
Wow.
Yeah, we can get into that in a little bit. Yeah, but I mean
about that.
But it's just seriously, it's just subtitles. Who cares? When they're throwing punches at each other. Oh no! Who cares? You're watching some awesome action.
And of all foreign movies you're gonna see, this is one of the limited movies where there's no dialogue.
No, this is just from start to finish, you're just engaged in this awesome movie.
There's no dialogue, but at the same time you feel for the characters as well. Just holy crap.
Yeah,
it's relatable to anyone.
Yeah, and you hate the bad guys. You know,
the bad guy was awesome, but.
I will say
we'll go into spoilers for that one.
I thought we were already doing spoilers.
No, sorry.
You have to give what you're giving it out of 10.
What I'm going to give this out of 10, I did have one problem with the movie, but I'll get into that, which is only one problem. So I'm giving this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite action movies. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, I was so happy. I found out about this through. I watch like trailers pretty much daily, and there's a website that I go on to where it posts not just the American trailers but Chinese trailers and any type of foreign trailers posted along with the American stuff as well. And so this came up, and I kind of skipped over it, and then a buddy of mine said, "Hey, watch this trailer. This trailer is awesome." I didn't really think twice about it, and then so I watched it. I was like, "Wow, that was a pretty cool trailer. The song was cool, and it looks like this got some great fighting in it." And then the movie started coming out at all these festivals, and it just started winning every action prize at every festival. And I was like, I gotta see this movie. Yeah. And then it came to town. It came to Kitchener, the Princess Theater on King Street. Yeah. And the screen wasn't that big, but we got to see a 35 millimeter print of it, and it wasn't even shot on film. It was shot on a AF-100, a Panasonic camera. It's new tech people out there. But we saw a 35 mil print on like probably... The screen is probably about half the size of a regular movie screen, and oh my god, blew me away. I was not expecting how much kick-assery is in this movie.
Only movie I've been to where there was an applause break like 4 times during the whole movie.
Exactly.
Really?
In the theater.
To be honest, for a serious movie, too.
I mean, like, I don't know, I was actually laughing because this movie was so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you're laughing. You're just laughing at how crazy these guys are.
It is just, it's exactly what it is. Crazy. That should be the subtitle for this movie. Just below the raid.
On the case that I have.
That's right,
1% romance.
Love story, yeah.
Love story, 99% kick-ass.
Yeah, that's amazing, yeah.
But overall, I just want to get into spoilers now. So overall, I'd definitely be on par with these guys, 9.5. Again, know what you're going in for, and you will be blown away. The action in this movie is crazy.
This is a guy's film, though.
This is, well, I don't know. I haven't shown it to any girls yet, but I know, I have a feeling
what else don't you show to girls?
But I have a feeling that there will be girls out there who would like this movie.
Yeah.
Alex saw this movie. Did she say anything about it? Do you know?
I don't know if she did see it.
Yeah, she watched it with us at Rod's.
Oh, yeah. I think she liked it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really get to talk to her about it. But yeah, we're going into spoilers now. 9.5 out of 10. It's awesome. But yeah, spoilers. So there isn't much to spoil. But what was your problem that you have with the movie? And then I'll say my problem.
The only problem I had with this movie, and my cousin agreed with me on this, my friend didn't, which I don't know what's wrong with him, but I wanted one more fight scene at the end of the movie.
Really?
What?
Because, I know, and that's crazy, right? Because the movie's just so awesome. It's like, really?
The movie's pretty much all fight.
Yeah, it's like, I wasn't satisfied? No, I was. It was just... Okay, the end of the movie where it's the 2 brothers versus that one guy, right?
Oh, that's one of the best fights.
That fight was amazing, and for any Mortal Kombat fans, you probably wish that was in a Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, yeah.
But that to me felt like the sub-boss fight in a video game. I felt like he was the sub-boss.
Oh, because you were expecting another fight with the main guy.
Yeah, I was expecting a final fight with the main guy. Like, that guy just felt like he was like the sub-boss.
Right.
You know? And I was just like, I was waiting for that final fight, and then it didn't happen, and then the movie ends, and I was like, oh, I just wanted something else. Or even like, it didn't even have to be a fight, just maybe like the I forget what the main character's name is, but he'll just like drop kick the bad guy out a window or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. What was his name? Rama.
Rama, yeah, that's the main guy.
Yeah, just something like that. That's all I would have liked, and that's really the only complaint I have with this movie.
I think they ended it well because the brother versus brother and brother versus the one guy fight.
Total setup for a sequel, but amazing. That's the one sequel I want to see.
That was an amazing hand-to-hand fight scene, full-out combat. I think that the way they ended it was like, okay, that is a fight scene, while the other one is like a shootout almost, like it's a gun to the head. I think they ended it so that you wouldn't get too much crammed in there, too much fight at one time.
Yeah. But also when you look at the bad guy, everyone in that movie is pretty much skinny and has if any, somewhat muscle tone to him who's fighting, right? Whereas the bad guy, he was like just a fat old guy.
Well, he wasn't fat. He just had a bit of a beer belly on him.
I think he was in there to be a good actor, not really to be a fighter.
He was definitely the best actor in that movie.
Holy cow, he was great.
The one line where he delivers over the microphone when he tells the apartment that they're in there, I love that part.
Yeah, which was not ripped off in the new Judge Dredd movie. But anyway.
Well, that's the weird thing.
The whole movie looks like The Raid. That might as well be the American
For those who don't know, look up Dredd.
Dread 3D with Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, watch the
new
trailer, and it's just the Raid Redemption.
But no,
with
what's
Judge Dredd.
weird is I looked up on that after because I was like, no way. How does that happen? Turns out, it's so weird. Dread was written and filmed before the Raid.
Really?
Which is weird.
So the Raid ripped off Dredd.
Who knows? But if they did it way better than Dredd would have ever done it.
Well, we haven't seen Dredd.
We don't
yet.
know yet. I hear Dredd is like Expendables. You just got to go into it for the fun.
I hope so. I actually really like Judge Dredd. So
yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the Raid.
One of my favorite things about the Raid is showing it to new people because every time you show it to someone else, it's a new person who hasn't seen it. The best was our buddy. We were sitting there watching it. Pretty much like 15 minutes through, he just looks at all of us and he's like, "Holy shit!" He's
he's just
"This is
blown
an
away by
amazing
what's
movie."
happened. And I was just like, "Bro, this is only 15 minutes
This is
in
just-
yet. We haven't even
yeah,
started."
We haven't even gotten to
It's
the
just
crazy
foreplay.
stuff.
Yeah, the crazy stuff is not even close yet, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Holy goddamn!"
Yeah.
like he was blown away.
Yeah, this movie was intense too. There were some moments where, like the part where the other police officer who was injured,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were hiding behind that wall, and then that guy comes in and starts stabbing the wall
yeah.
Oh,
with the
man.
machete.
And he's just
when
holding
he
on.
gets him in the face.
Yeah, he gets
that
him in the
is
face
crazy.
through the wall, and he's just like, I was like, oh my gosh, like what the heck's gonna happen?
Yeah, the tension in this movie is awesome.
It's really good.
that's
tension.
where the direction takes it above a normal action movie. Like even though it's all action, the direction is amazing. I think the scene where they're all held down in that one little hallway, and over the stereo, the guy's like, "Oh, they're on floor 5. Go get these guys."
Yeah.
All you see is it slows down. The shotgun shell goes. There's a flash.
Yeah, they can see them.
I
Yeah,
think that's one of the most well-directed shots.
That was a clever
scenes
shot.
ever
Yeah,
in
that
an
was awesome.
action movie.
but I
for
think
sure.
why it was so intense too, is it was the way everything was. It was like filmed. Everything was really dark and gritty, and
yeah.
it was just like it felt so
all
dirty.
handheld.
Yeah, it just felt like a hell, and it's just like
It felt real.
yeah, it just feels like wow, this is actually really intense right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even though, like, in a normal movie, you probably wouldn't give a shit about the characters, because that's, like, the main thing, right? You're supposed to care about these characters before they go to battle.
Yeah.
And the best thing and the worst thing about the Raid is its cookie-cutter story.
That's
because I say best because if that wasn't the storyline to that movie, then that could have been a totally different movie. The
Yeah.
way it is right now is perfect. But at the same time, when I was in film school, my teacher would always lay these rules into me about script writing, and you could see every rule he was talking about when I watched the first 10 minutes of that movie. It was just
It's like clockwork.
so we have a main character, so why should we care for him? Oh, he has a wife and a kid on the way.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, and then let's see, what is he doing? Oh, he's kicking ass, this and that, blah, blah, blah. We see him practicing right in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you set up the mission, like, right away, right? As soon as he leaves his house in the morning, as soon as he kisses his baby mama, he's out. They're in the van going to the place.
Okay,
right?
let's start the movie.
Yeah, it's going. Like, we're going now.
Yeah, that is like script writing 101.
Yeah.
It's just like, you need to establish who your character is, why we should give a crap about him. And,
But at the same time, though, when you're watching this movie, especially since there's barely any dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, you care about the dialogue. I think is.
it's super fast, by the way. Indonesians talk fast.
Oh my god,
man,
they do. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I feel like the pacing in the van scene. Like, what you're reading with the pacing and the music, it feels like it should be slow, but then when they talk, it's like... like, it's so fast. But also...
Let's go.
But that part in the beginning, too, I thought was effective for a couple characters. Like, not everything. I thought it came off cheesy for one or two, but when the guys are just sitting there, like, shaking...
Yeah.
Because they're about to go into this big old drug building that who knows what's in there.
Yeah, it is.
That was good.
It is a very by-the-book movie
Yeah.
in terms of its story and everything and its characters. But it's like, it's kind of like Expendables, except I think this movie's a lot better than Expendables.
Yep.
But it's just, it's you know what you're going to expect, but this movie, I don't know, I would say you almost don't expect it at times to be so awesome.
Right.
Oh, like, you don't, like, when you watch the story, like, story-wise, you could tell what's going to happen by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He's going to kill the bad guy, this and that. It's the journey that takes you there. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's just like when they're going floor by floor up to the top of this thing.
And that opening montage is awesome. I love that. Where they clear the first couple floors.
That's right, yeah. They just get to it. Just like, okay, they're three floors.
floor
As
two,
soon
floor
as they
three.
show up to the building, they clear the first 3 or 4 floors. And then once they get to the 5th floor, that's when everything starts to go down with the drug people.
The kid gives him away, and that scene's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part was
Police
intense, too.
Just shoots him.
Yeah, that was actually pretty weird. Yeah. Well,
It's just I think it's so well shot. So like there's so many scenes where they build it up perfectly. Like, you actually think that this building is like hell. Like, oh my god, we're actually going into this building. Like, don't go in yet. No.
Yeah, like everybody has a machete in this building.
Yeah.
And it's all like dirty, rusty machetes.
Oh,
and they're all hidden everywhere.
Yeah. It's like I don't know what they're waiting for. Like, jeez, but
This movie, by far, though, has one of my favorite kills ever in cinema history.
Can you guess what it is?
Can you guess what it is? He already knows what it is because we've talked about it.
I agree with it as well.
It's one of my... I wouldn't say it's the top kill, but if you had to choose, like, you think a top 5, I would definitely say in the top 10. Top 5, I would have to really think about that. But top 10 kills ever in cinema history.
Are we talking about the 2 versus 1 fight?
No.
That one?
No.
Someone
that is awesome, but no, someone dies in this one.
This isn't the main character dying at all.
This isn't the main character dying, but the main character does it.
Yeah.
Main character Wow. There's just so much awesomeness. That,
I know, it's hard.
Yeah.
What the hell? A character, a bad guy, obviously.
Yeah, he kills not even a bad guy, just a henchman, just like random guy, doesn't have any line. He's and it's in a hallway.
In a hallway.
One of the hallway fights.
Oh, is this the part where he like grabs the guy and then he like slams his head through the broken?
I love that.
Amazing.
The door kill was unreal. Like when that happened, the theater we were in literally went, like holy shit.
Yeah,
every time we watch it with a new person too, they're like, oh my god, that is brutal.
Yeah, because was that it?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite kills ever.
That was one of the applause breaks in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was watching it with my cousin, and we just at first the first shot of it, it just looked like he just snapped his neck, you know, and then they show you the actual shot, and it's wow, he got impaled on that.
And I thought it was so creepy and effective too when they do the close up of him, and he's just shaking.
Yeah,
it's like oh man, you are feeling that.
Same when they jump out the window, and the guy is shaking like he's having a seizure when he just gets up.
Yeah,
he's just twitching. It's the little things.
So if you haven't seen it, watch out for that whole scene. That whole sequence is amazing.
There's another hall. This is after the first hallway fight. This is the machete hallway fight, and he totally murks that guy.
Yeah.
Like when that happened, I was like, "Oh my god, that is just brutal."
Why are we telling him this?
This is spoilers.
Who cares? It's so awesome.
Just the whole time you're watching the douchebag with a machete, just think, "Oh, don't worry about it. This guy's gonna get pumped."
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I thought that guy was creepy too. The main machete guy.
Oh, his eyes are.
He
so
was
crazy.
good. I thought.
Oh, are we talking the guy with the straggly black hair?
He's
or just that other guy. The guy.
Like, don't
the
mess
other
with
guy.
me. I get angry.
Oh, the guy who fell out the window.
Who stabs the wall.
Yeah.
I thought he was a good actor.
Yeah,
too.
his eyes were pretty creepy. Like, I don't think he blinked.
No,
there were times where he was just had his eyes were open. It's like wow,
they were just like super
are you
open.
hiding
They were like
anything in here? His
yeah,
eyes wide open the whole time.
It's like you can clearly see with your eyes open, buddy. Like shoot. Yeah. I really don't know what else to say.
Yeah, there isn't really too much else to say on the raid other than because like there's no the score.
Made, Mike Hranaka from Linkin Park.
No, Mike Shinoda.
Sorry.
Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park made the score. I loved it the first time, but it was really the second time I watched this movie. I was like, damn, like I love movie scores, and I find this year's kind of been lacking. Yeah. So the raid is like, I would probably say off the top of my head right now, top 3 scores of the year so far.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
it has an Indonesian film,
and it has great score.
Great score.
The way the music is composed for that movie works absolutely perfect. One of my favorite pieces of music that goes with the visual so well is the part where the bass just starts pulsating almost. It's almost not even music. It's almost just a pulsating bass.
Is that where
and it's right where the drug kid
sets the alarm, right?
Runs off, and the guy's looking at the speaker, and you're just waiting for something to happen. And it's got that big, nice bass sound. It's like bump.
Yeah, because like the main bad guy, he's like listening in through the other side. Yeah. That was actually intense.
Instead of hearing the alarm, it's just like it's almost like an alarm in the song where it's like boom, boom, boom.
It's like you're screwed.
Yeah,
like you just screwed up pretty bad.
Like that was my favorite scores, and then of course the main overall score that they play at the end, very end when the movie ends and stuff. That's an awesome score too.
Yeah,
but overall one of the best scores definitely of the year so far, from what I can remember off the top of my head.
So how do you guys feel about the American remake of this movie?
That sounds terrible.
That sounds terrible.
The end.
You're not going to get Americans who can do that type of stuff.
Sounds, man, like, the reason why it's called The Raid Redemption was because originally it was just called The Raid. And then it started playing all these festivals. It started winning all these prizes and stuff like that. And then it got picked up by a U.S. company to release it in the States here, right?
Yeah.
And when it got picked up, that's when it got changed to the Raid Redemption because they have a totally separate name for it. Because apparently they were making a sequel already.
Right.
Gareth Evans, who's the director of the first one, this is weird too. I would love to know his backstory. Is he's a Welsh director. How did he end up in Indonesia directing action movies and not?
How did I end up here?
Like not just any action movie, one of the best action movies ever, and it's all in Indonesian.
Well, I know he's a martial arts guy. He's done martial arts and stuff, so he's really into that scene. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's why.
But like, so it's called The Raid Redemption because they were working on a sequel. The sequel name has nothing to do with the first name. It's one of those types of movies. It's like Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh,
like you would never guess those movies were together if you just saw them by title.
So it's almost like First Blood and Rambo.
Yeah, something like that, right? Like, so for the U.S. release, they called it The Raid Redemption because they're going to release the sequel, and it's going to be called The Raid, whatever the next subtitle is.
The U.S. does that all the time with their things.
But I would rather them call the Raid sequel The Raid something else than just The Raid 2.
Yeah,
you know
that's true. That usually sucks whenever they just put like a 2 or 3.
Yeah, because I feel like sequels...
It just doesn't seem as cool.
Yeah, like I feel like sequels with the 2 in the title don't go down in history.
Except for Expendables 2.
Terminator 2. Judgment Day.
T2 Judgment Day,
yeah,
but it still has the 2.
It still has the 2.
But like when you try to list like 2 like movies that have the word 2, the letter 2, for the sequel in their title, I feel like they're not going to be as memorable. Like I feel like Expendables 2, again, I'll throw it on my shelf. I find it'll look just a bit odd though. I'm a weird like this OCD style, but like it's going to look weird when it's like, oh, you got Expendables 2? What about Expendables 1? Oh, fuck Expendables 1.
Who cares? I'm just going to put some black marker on that 2.
Yeah, exactly. This is Expendables. You just cross out the 2, just put a 1.
This is Expendables 1.
They just burn every other copy.
Yeah, it's like first one, what are you talking about? You're crazy. I don't know, I really like Spider-Man 2.
That's the best Spider-Man, I would say.
The best Spider-Man movie. I'll fight that to the death.
I haven't seen the new one yet, but
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, The Dark Knight is a standalone movie, right?
Yeah, again, Batman Begins, Dark Knight. There you go.
Great titles. I love those titles.
I'll kind of let's when we get into our Batman.
I'm not a big fan of the third title.
I'm not a big fan of the first and third title.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the third title, but the first one's alright. I think, but we can get into that when we get into Dark Knight.
But back to The Raid. So yeah, they're making a sequel. Don't know when it's coming out yet, but he's filming a movie right now. I follow him on Twitter, the director. He's making a movie called Outcall right now. So I don't know if that's Raid 2 or not. I would have to look into it more if it's just another action movie he's doing.
Maybe it's a cover-up name.
But true, yeah. But if Outcall isn't the Raid 2, then I think the next movie he's doing is the Raid 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So I definitely highly look forward to the Raid 2.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely set up for a sequel.
Screw the American remake.
Yeah.
The only way the American remake, it just feels like, oh, I'm too lazy to read the subtitles.
Yeah.
You know, let's
That's exactly what it is.
The problem is...
That's exactly what they did, I think, with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo as well.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
I didn't mind the David Fincher one. I thought it was okay. I haven't seen it since. I love David Fincher.
Yeah, I think he's great, yeah.
I haven't seen the original, but I hear the original is also really good.
Yeah.
A lot of people... I heard the Fincher one's also, like, for the fans of the book is, like, amazing. But again, it's just, like... There's barely any subtitles in that movie compared to the Swedish one where it's all subtitles. It's like
I've seen this before.
Yeah, like I would rather watch the Swedish one if I knew it was a better movie over the American one, 100%.
Yeah.
The problem with the Raid 2 is like you go into the first Raid, like the Indonesian version, thinking, okay, what is this movie? This movie's apparently supposed to be amazing action. Let's watch it, and then it blows your mind. You're gonna go into the American one thinking, all right, I just saw the Raid.
How can they blow my mind?
This is amazing. Yeah.
What are you gonna do to top that?
It's gonna be way too hyped.
They're just gonna add. They're just probably gonna add like more story.
Yeah.
There's going to be some stupid love interest.
I have to save you.
It's going to be like Warrior style, where like from the movie The Warriors, where they go into that one gang and then they find the girl, and then the girl just ends up with them for the rest of the movie. Now that one, it's not as bad in the old Warriors movie I'm talking about from the 70s.
Oh, the old one.
That one's fine. It handles it well, and it doesn't bring it to the front. It doesn't bring it to the forefront. But I find a lot of remakes and just American movies in general, it's all about the love story. It's like, I don't care.
It's like
going to be like Zac Efron stars.
Oh, no, screw Zac Efron. We're going to have, what's his face from Twilight?
Oh, man.
Who just did that?
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
No, not Robert. Taylor Lautner, that's it.
Yeah, I haven't seen his new action movie, but it just looks so bad.
Crap. How does he get that?
I know.
So it doesn't deserve it. No, I don't even care. People, I'm sorry. I hate that guy.
No, yeah, he's a joke.
Yeah, go on.
But we love the Raid.
But we love the Raid.
There you go. Raid's awesome.
So
why haven't you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. Let's do it right
Turn
now.
this off.
Stop this
Just
podcast.
stop it right now and just watch the raid.
Yeah, but come back to us after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we really don't have much else to say other than how awesome it is.
No, like
So
not.
definitely go check it out. You can rent it. You might as well just buy it. You might as well just buy it because
Go
I know you're
buy
gonna
it.
like it.
Just buy it.
And it might be expensive Blu-ray compared to other ones, but they need the money. The movie was only made for $1 million. I'm sure it's made its money back by now. But
Yeah.
these guys aren't making as much as the Schwarzeneggers and the Stallones.
Yeah, or you could be cheap like me and get the DVD.
Or you can get the DVD if you don't have the Blu-ray. Or I don't know. Sometimes they come in the combo. Who knows?
Oh yeah, I don't really like that system.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay more for the Blu-ray, but it's like, oh no, I want the DVD.
Yeah, but you get both.
Yeah, no, but I don't want the Blu-ray.
It's a way. It's
just a way
apparently
to
it's
make
a
more
way of getting customers over to the Blu-ray.
Oh,
Because I did that too. Yeah, because it's like, well, I can buy the Blu-ray and have the movie on Blu-ray and DVD,
Right.
or I can just buy the DVD.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a different topic for
Get
another.
Yeah,
the-
it's a whole
get the
other
Blu-ray,
topic.
The raid.
Get the Blu-ray because it looks great. Shot on the AF100 at
Tons of
2K.
special
Looks
features.
really nice. Great special features. Surprisingly, that's a whole other topic too. Is special features on movies
Oh,
nowadays?
yeah, that's right. We
It's
forgot about
definitely got one of the better special features of
really?
Blu-rays I've
There's a lot.
gotten.
Okay,
There's a lot of stuff.
DVD, they just decided not to put that stuff on anymore.
Now that's another thing they're doing with DVDs, a way to get people over to Blu-ray. It's like, hey, the special features are only on the Blu-ray.
Don't have the money. Come on, relax.
But yeah, go watch The Raid. It's awesome.